How's it going, Manatee Gaming family? Welcome to Flip to Wealth episode 1. I'm really excited about this series because this series has been something I've been wanting to do for a while. I currently do a lot of investing help and flipping help and everything for my Patreon, but I've been really excited to make this method, it's not this method, sorry, make this series for YouTube. So let's jump right into it. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how somebody who's never done flipping, never done investing, could try a safe and easy way at making some small margins while flipping. Possibly higher margins, but most likely going to be smaller margins because we're staying into the safe methods in this episode 1 here. And just to give you guys a little bit of background as to how this series is going to go, this series is literally just a series to help you guys to learn how to flip better and learn how to do investing. It's going to mainly focus on short-term flipping and whatnot, but it'll be a little bit of investing advice as well. This is not a series about what I'm doing and what like how I'm flipping and everything. It's not like that. It's all about you guys. It's all about helping you guys out because I know I constantly get people that are like, hey, I don't really know how to flip. I've never flipped before. I'm afraid of losing money. So anyway, this series is going out to you. This series is something I really think is going to help you guys to enjoy RuneScape more because when you can make large amounts of wealth without really having to, grind your life away or treat RuneScape like a job, it's definitely a lot more fun. There are a lot of rich people in the game that don't really share these kind of things with people, and so this series and all the content on my channel, in fact, is about showing you guys that stuff that everybody else doesn't want to tell you. So, yeah, cut out the big man, and yeah, here we go. All right, so this video is about alchemy floors and the shop prices. So we'll start with shop prices because that's probably the quickest one of this. So I have an item in here called a Yak Pouch. If you've never seen one of these before, I'd be amazed. So when you look in the Grand Exchange here, we look at Yak Pouch is about 4,053. Now, the great thing about pouches, and the reason why pouches have a value, like no matter what pouch you really look at, they all have a significant value to them that's over 1 GP. And the reason why is because the summoning shops will actually pay you in shards for your pouches if you give them to them. So what you can do, you can kind of take advantage of that. There are several pouches in the Grand Exchange that are actually at the shop value, or they're a little bit below the shop value. Let's just say, for an example, and this is just clearly just an example. This is not a real price. Let's say, for example, that Yak pouches are 4,000 worth of shards when you trade them into the store. So if they're 4,000 worth of shards when you trade them into the store, which I know they are not, by the way. But say you were like, okay, well, let me do some price testing and everything and see if I can buy them at $39.50. So you buy them at $39.50. Let's say you buy like 10,000 of these. If you buy 10,000 of these at $39.50 and they actually successfully buy, then when you sell them to the store, you're going to turn your 39.5 million into an instant 40 million. So that's 500,000 gold by just doing that right there. Something else you can do, though, is if you find out that one of these pouches buys below the shard price, then there's not really any rush to sell it, and you can always try to figure out what your sell price could be. Let's say that you have a little bit of extra money saved up. Let's say you've got you've got 395 million right here. If you have 395 million to invest with, and you were to buy these Yak pouches, keep in mind these are just made up numbers and made up item. And you find out they buy at 39. Let's say you find they buy at 3,900, and the shop will give you 4,000 each. Well, then what you can do right here is you can buy them all. Let's say they buy. Let's say they all buy. So you've invested 390 million. So that's how much you have invested. And then you're like, well, I could sell them to the shop, which is an instant 10 million profit because it'll put you at 400 million. Or you could be like, well, let's see if maybe they'll sell for 41.97, because you can always do like, slow price testing. And I will actually get much more into slow price testing like this in the future videos for the series. So let's say that you test around and they actually do sell for 41.97. When they all sell, you will have turned your 390 million into $419.7 million. That's quite a bit of money. That's 29.7 million profit that you made just by buying up some pouches for under the shop price and then selling them on the Grand Exchange. Or if you sold them to the shop itself, remember you're still making a profit. You're just not making as much profit. You're making that 10 mil. This honestly, if you find an item that you are buying for under the shop value, and then you're trying to sell them for this price, and then you're like, well, I don't really have any money left, so I can't buy any more. I guess I should just wait. What you could do is you could sell a small percentage of them to the shop, make instant profit there, and then reinvest the money that you get. So that's an option there too. The cool thing about the investments like this, like the flips with the pack yak pouches and other items that have a shop value, is the fact that they will never go below that shop value unless Jagex makes some kind of update. And the chances of them making some type of update for the shop value is extremely slim because they have not done it yet on almost nearly every item in the entire game. So it's not, you have pretty much zero risk involved with buying an item for under what the shop will pay you. So let's go on to another item here too. Well, actually, you guys probably get the idea there. So anyway, that's Pack Yak Pouch. So, and Pack Yak Pouch, for example, I can't remember exactly how many shards they actually give you for them, but you can test around and try to figure out other pouches and stuff. There are several other items such as arrows, darts, and other random items that shops will pay you much more than what you can buy them for in the Grand Exchange. If you want to see more stuff like that to find out what items are safe to invest with or safe to flip it with that are below the shop prices, all you got to do is look up on Wiki and look up the shop buy prices. That's all you got to do for that. Alright, so next thing I want to show you guys in this video is price testing. So let's go ahead and do a price test for, hey, why not? Let's do Pack Yak Pouch. So we're going to go ahead and buy one Pack Yak Pouch, and what I'm doing right here is I'm going to be doing a price test. And a price test is probably the most useful skill you will ever have when doing flipping. Keep in mind that price testing can only be done with high volume items. They cannot successfully be done with low volume items. There are people that will be like, oh, I'm going to instant buy one red Halloween and then instant sell it one red Halloween, and then that's the margin. That's actually not the margin. That's only the margin for that moment, and a low volume item will change dramatically over a period of a few minutes to a few hours. So it's not smart to instant price test a low volume item. Another low volume item would be like a 6-dose flask for most items. A perfect juju potion. Those are low volume. If you're wondering if the item is high or low volume, you can always just do some research to find out if it's high or low volume. But keep in mind, it's basically how many of that item are being traded at one time on the Grand Exchange. And an item that has less of an item being traded on the Grand Exchange at a time is going to be a low volume. In comparison to something that's being traded very commonly is referred to as a high volume item. So a Pack Yak Pouch is definitely a high volume item because people make thousands and thousands of these when doing summoning. So there's always going to be these on the Grand Exchange. So we can price test this one by doing this. We're going to go in here and buy one. Let's go ahead and, you could put whatever amount you wanted to here. You just have to make sure it's above, it just seems to be a really high price, an unrealistic price. So we'll go ahead and put one in there for 200 million. All right, so I bought it for $4,095. That's a pretty good price, actually. So $4,095. And now I'm going to take that exact same Pack Yak, and I'm going to put it back down in there. And it's going to sell for $4,066. So what we just learned is what our buy price and our sell price for a quick flip is. So we would know that if we put in our Pack Yak offer for 4,000, let's choose 4,067 because of the fact that we know that somebody is already paying 4,066. Now we'll put our other one in here for 4,094. Because we know that somebody else is already selling them for $4,095. And that right there is how you figure out a margin on an item. So $4,067 to $4,094, that is your total margin that you can expect. If you were to buy 5,000 of these Pack Yak pouches, because the limit per 4 hours is 5,000, then you can take 5,000 times your difference in price here, and that's about how much money you can expect to make from your flip. And that's a very fast flip right there too. And it really, some items buy faster than other items. If we look at, I'll show you a great example right here. I'll actually show you a great example of how you do a fast, and actually look, the pack yaks are already done. So if I buy this Silverhawk feathers for 25,486, now we'll go ahead and put this in here. 25,006. So we're going to go Silverhawk 25,008. I'm just going to do a little bit above to make sure that I buy them. Also, it's a 250 per 4 hours limit. So that means that I have 249 left to buy for this 4 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and put that buy offer in there for that. And I will hopefully have a successful flip by the time I get done with this video. So we can go ahead and hit the to inventory button to take the Yak pouches out. You know how to test an item. I'm actually going to put that item testing that I just showed you into effect right here. And then we can move on to the next thing. So I showed you about the shop prices. Another thing is the alchemy prices. So if we look into our items here and we pull up, let's say for an example, a air battle staff. Say an air battle staff, you wanted to buy them and sell them. Say you want to do a quick flip on these, or maybe you want to do a long-term investment. You're like, oh hey, they're $79.69. Well, maybe I want to buy these and maybe they'll go up to 8,200 or maybe 8,300. But you don't know, and you're wondering how risky it would be to buy them. You know, what's their chances of them dropping? Well, what you can do is you can look at the high alchemy value. So the high alchemy value on these is 9,300. If we look at the price of a nature rune, which is roughly 400 each, that's 8,900 that you will be what am I saying here? So 9,300 is what they alch for. So if you look at your price right here of 79.69, if you add the 400 onto this, you get to about 83.69. 83.69. You're looking at almost a 1,000 profit each on the high alchemy for these. People will buy these in order to do high alching. So as long as there is a good margin on these, you can expect the item to continue to rise. Or if nothing else, it's not going to drop. It's not going to drop any further. And if it does drop any further, the good thing is you know that your high alchemy value is a profit, so you can actually just high alch them on your own. Or you can sell them to somebody else that would be interested in high alching. Now we'll go ahead and take this Scrimshaw of Cruelty, as I commonly get Scrimshaws on the ground here. I don't really know why. Okay, so our Silverhawk feathers are actually almost bought. I'm going to look in my history here. The history is a great way to find out, say you're like, well, I don't remember exactly what my price was. All you have to do is look up in your history. So we bought our Silverhawk feathers at 25,006. We're going to be selling them at 25,486, which is actually going to be 25,485 or 25,484. So we're going to wait to those to totally come in. So the last thing I want to show you here is you now know about the safety involved, like how safe it is to buy stuff that has an alch value, and you know how safe it is to buy stuff that has a shop value. So the next thing here is going to be things that are linked to things that have a high alch value. So adamant bars, rune bars, mithril bars, different types of gems and everything, magic shield bow, unfinished shield bows in general. All these things are linked to other items that have an alch value. Like for example, rune bars. You use 3 of these to make a rune 2H sword, and a rune 2H sword is very commonly high alched. And the price of rune 2H swords is a profit for high alching. So you know that these rune bars are not likely to drop too much lower than what they already are. So that makes the rune bars a very safe item that cannot plummet. The whole idea here is for people who are trying to find stuff that's not going to just drop like a rock. Because a lot of people are worried that when they invest their money, they're just going to lose all of it. So this is a really great way to find stuff that is not going to just drop out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off really, so I hopefully get a sale here. So 57.76K is what we paid. And when they sell, we will hopefully have 58.85K. So 58.85 minus 57.76. We're hoping to make 109,000 gold right here without me actually even paying attention, because I was making this video. These will hopefully all sell because this is below the price that we got them in there for at 25,486. I just put a totally random number in here. A better number would probably be to put like 25,484 or something like that. But anyway, these will probably sell. But that's really it, guys. So this entire series is going to be to show you guys different tactics, different techniques, give you a little bit more of an insight of how people find prices and whatnot. These Silverhawk feathers will hope. There they go. So we see the Silverhawk feathers are selling, and there we go. They're almost filling up completely. So as you can see, that is going to end up being a successful flip for a little over. It's going to be 109,000 gold that I do in that flip. But the thing is, though, is every 4 hours, I can do that again. I can also fill up my entire Grand Exchange with multiple different offers. If you're making 109,000 gold from only one of your 8 slots, then you can just by finding items like Silverhawk feathers, you can make an 800 to 900,000 gold within about 5 to 10 minutes. So if you did that 12 times in an hour, then you're making almost 12 million per hour by just using very simple items like Silverhawk feathers. So I hope this video gets you guys started. I really hope you enjoyed the series. If you'd like to see when these new videos come out and everything like that, please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please leave your comments below if you have specific questions about flipping and whatnot, and I will try to get them answered in this series. I do have the series mostly planned out. But I will be adding some things in there if you guys really need some extra assistance. So I will see you all guys all in the near future. Also, one last thing I would like to say is that the Manatee Gaming clan chat is open, so you can always come guest in the Manatee Gaming clan. You can also join the Manatee Gaming clan if you'd like to. It is a nice area. It's a nice community here. It is all about not being toxic, not being mean to everybody else, and helping everybody get further in the game. So I will see you all next time, and I really hope you enjoy this series. Thanks.